All right. Good morning, everybody. Or, I'm sorry, good afternoon, right? Happy Friday. How about that? Happy Friday. This is Eddie San, the optimistic marketer, and today is Friday. It is time for the Digital Marketing Review Week. Let's review what we did this week, what information I've shared with you this week. And I got a couple of things, a couple of good pieces of information that this past week I shared with you live. Hey, good morning, Bridget. Good morning. Let's wave at her. And also, I've got some exciting news to share with you as well in regards to for the program that you can use, a process that you can use, so there will be no excuse for you to take advantage of this virtual marketing shift. Right? We are being pushed into the digital world more than ever before. People are more online, they're more engaging on social media. And what is happening in our unprecedented time in history is that live videos are getting a big improvement. They are increasing. I believe the latest number, well, I'm not going to say the numbers because I can't quite remember. However, I do remember that Facebook's, compared to last year, this time, it has doubled the amount of live videos. And again, it makes sense, right? We are in this time of engaging through social media, through mobile devices, through your computer. Zoom meetings are way up. Facebook is improving their platform. They have improved it tremendously. And of course, so many other softwares and companies coming along, catching up to do what? To take a piece of this market, right? So this is the time, my friends. This is the time for you to take action, to act, to go, to move. And what is the one step that you can do right now? Is going live. It's going live. All right. So yeah, it's gonna take work. Look at Martha. Look at Steve. Look at Norma. Look at Doc Dave. I mean, everybody, basically, everyone who has listened and watched me for at least for the past 3 months. I've been going live every day, Monday through Friday. I've been talking to you about how to take you and expand your business and take your brand online using social media marketing. And my approach has been more specifically with the attraction marketing, right? It's been more like the influencer style, and it's working. It's working. As a matter of fact, I told you about Martha, right? If she probably will show up here in a moment, but told you about Martha. She is now. We're working with her where she is now looking to monetize her views, her um, episodes, her live episodes. So we're working on that now, and it's only been 2 months. And by the way, she's never and one of these days I'm gonna have her here live because I've already talked to her. We had discussions. Matter of fact, I'll take a clip of some of the Zoom videos that we've done with her together and the conversations that we've had. And one of them really appreciate her being just so cool about it, sharing with me that she never thought about doing live videos. She said that was not one of the things she felt comfortable doing. However, she said if she needed to, she would, but she wasn't going to just pick up and go. So she appreciates that when I told her about it and consult her situation at that time and encouraged her to do it, she went for it, and now she tells me she is having a great time. And you can tell her videos, she's very smooth now, everything looks good. And again, I mean, think about it, we're not planning into monetizing what she's doing. So again, it's just get started, right? Steve, you all know Steve, and Norma, of course, with the radio programs that they're basically having her. It's just more exposure about what she's doing, and people willing to pay her so that they can be on the show. That's just awesome. I always get excited about things like that because it works. It works. It works. It works. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. The review. So practically, two of the main things that I personally want to share with you that happened this week is that I had a question about the question came in about ads, and I thought, man, let me just share this piece of information because Facebook ads, that is, because I remember when I first started. You see, what happened to me was that I was listening to everybody else, right? I was watching successful people online talking about having a funnel, selling a program, doing an upsell, having high ticket items or products or services. And they all started with Facebook, creating an ad, paying so much for leads, and all this stuff, right? Hey, Steve. So basically all this stuff, and then I thought, oh my God, that's all I gotta do. Okay. So if you don't know me yet, I'm an action taker. All right. If I see something and it makes sense and it can help my business, it can help me, I'll jump on it and do it to learn it. I'm not, don't give me a book. Don't give me a book to read it, practice it, and then go and take action. That's not me. Okay, many of you, maybe some of you are like that, but that's not me. Sorry, and that doesn't. This is another point. So, for example, I have buddies of mine doing what I do right here. Right, we're online marketers, entrepreneurs, we're coaches, and some of them they have to write. I don't have even my book, but they have to prepare. They have to have a slide. They have to know what they're going to talk about before they go live or before they do a video. Me, I'm the opposite. I need to go live so that I can get the content that I need to share with everybody else. So, it's who you are, right? Nevertheless, we and I'm talking about in my industry, we continually use this media, all right? Live videos and all that stuff. Anyway, so where was I? Oh, right. So basically, going live, and it takes some time. It takes some time to do it, but one of the things about the ads that I showed you this, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, was that when I started, I saw all that stuff and I started saying, okay, let me go do some ads, and all of a sudden, $500-600 in paying for this stuff on ads, I was overwhelmed. I was panicking because there was no leads. I had no leads, no sales. I'm thinking, and you know what it is, right? I used to hear, oh, you're just starting, just keep going, don't give up, don't, whatever. No. So I learned the hard way. So in a way, guys, I went through the experience of wasting time, wasting money, regretting some things, and learning from them, and I'm here to share it with you. So in a way, hey Cecil, what's up? So in a way, you're welcome. So anyway, point is that when I did that, I was so focused on everybody else, and I wanted to just jump in. But the main thing was this about this is that when I did that video, that live video this past week, it brought me back to not being overwhelmed, not thinking that it was the process. There was a process, a systematic way to get to where I wanted to be. I mean, I don't have to show you. I mean, Steve is right here. Steve, right? Within the first, I think it was the first week, you went live, and all of a sudden, things started happening for you, and now you're on it. I mean, so it works, right? But there was a process. There was a process. It's always a process. So anyway, so with that, it took me back to those times, and I'm thinking, man, in a way, I'm kind of grateful because if not, uh, yeah, Steve said we're learning. You're welcome, learning from my mistakes. But in a way, I'm very grateful because I did go through all that, and that opened up another opportunity to be here and teach you guys this stuff. So anyway, the other thing about that was that I had my Facebook account shut down. One's frozen, the other one completely shut down, and then finally the third time it was done. Like I couldn't open it. What that was, it was bad. I want you to think about that. It was so bad that I'm thinking I wasted all that money and now I cannot even go and get the data. I mean, I was all over the place. It was so not a good feeling. Lesson learned. Okay. So anyway, so I kind of went back to that, and what I want to tell you as behind my story is, and you got to go check that video out. Like I said, it was either Tuesday or Wednesday when I did that live, and I showed you on the whiteboard. But you've got to my what I want to tell you about this is that it's a learning process, right? But when you have the right concepts, all right, when you understand what each piece of your software or piece of the tools what they do, then it works. You see, that's the reason why I was encouraged to show you that video, because I talked about the campaigns, and you know, again, you got to watch it, but I talked about the campaigns and the different the sections behind it and how you need to approach it. And I was confused back then. So again, I hope that helped. And anyway, so that took me back to those times. Now the other one was yesterday's over there, and I keep pointing over there because I think, let me see, where is it? I think still, yeah, it's over there. The magnetic marketing thing. All right, listen, it's not new. It's not new, but boy, did it brought me back to my beginnings. All right, I'm talking like about, I don't know, 2004, maybe. Yeah, 2007, I think. Wow, long time. So magnetic marketing. What I'm going to tell you about this is that I remember thinking that all I wanted to do was just make money. Now, I get it. I get it. Many of you think that way right now, which is okay because we're entrepreneurs, right? We're business driven. So that's fine. However, you've got to check yourself, because what I did back then was, you guys remember Mike Diller? If you don't know anything about him, look him up. He's not in the business affiliate, I think it was affiliate marketing business or network marketing, I can't remember, but he's not that anymore. He's definitely totally moved on to a higher level of business. But back then he wrote a book, Magnetic something. I think it was magnetic marketing. Anyway, something to do with magnetic. And I remember getting that book, and I remember picking it up and reading it, and all I can think of is, watch the type of person I was back then, okay? All I can think about was, how can I create a story that I can attract people so that they can buy what I want them to buy so I can make money, right? So I took that magnetic thing and I went through it, and it just wouldn't work, right? I say, okay, I even came up with a way to put my intro video and introduce a video of my back then upline or people who were making the money, and he had done a video presentation. So I was piggyback, is that how you say, like basically I was the intro, and then show him, and then at the end the outro, and basically saying people, hey, you gotta buy this. Listen, at that time I still didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was just copying and thinking that it was gonna work. So anyway, so that moved on, and so I learned the hard way that magnetic marketing, or attraction marketing, what I think you know it by that, it's mainly I was mainly missing two things. First, I had to check myself. Okay, I had to really dig in me, and I'll come back to that. And then the other one was, I had to focus on giving. See, my heart was about taking. My heart was about, how can I make more money and get more people into my funnel so I can make more money, so I can qualify in the gold group, so I can be top 3 or top 1, or so I can win that car, so I can win this trip, so I can, right? How can I get more people in so I can make some money? No. It's how much more can you give? So Man, I don't even know why I'm getting into this subject, but listen, it's important. I think it's important. And again, like I told you, because I share that information, this is kind of coming back to my beginnings, right? So back then, that's what happened. I was focusing on that. Yeah, how can I make the money? How can I do this? How can I get more for me, 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 me? But people started to come in my path. They started to present themselves in my path, and I learned. I read the books, and little by little, I realized I started to see behind the scenes of this successful people. I even got to one. Let me tell you this one. I even got to the point where I went to a an event, a workshop, a meeting event. You know, one of those like network marketing kind of events, right? You know, this was a new thing. So I was always searching for the truth. At that time, I started, after so many things that have failed, I was searching for the truth. And I got to the point where I said, let me go to that event. As a matter of fact, I knew about it. I had purchased the service that they were selling, but I was still at that time I was kind of already cautious about things. Like I started to see the light, right? In me and in people I started to say, man, what are they doing? So I went to that event. And I remember I took my wife and my kid. It was like a weekend thing. So my kid, well, my child at that time was just one. I took them and I said, let's go hang out. Let's have a weekend out there, and I'll just kind of pop into their meeting and find out really what's happening. So I got to one of those days, and I remember sitting at the table, round table with a lot of people, and the rah rah events, right? Yeah, everybody, number one, top three, top this much money, that much money. They were broke and now they're rich, right? Okay, and the music, right? So, hey, I liked it actually. I was having a great time too. So anyway, so I saw two. I picked on two because I can relate. And after that big event, I was somehow able to get to the front and talk to these two people. And my number one question was, because I was committed to finding the truth. I said to the first one, he was an older guy. I said, "Sir, congratulations." Basically, my approach, right? And I said, "Listen, how did you do it?" And of course, the answer that they're so used to is, well, I did exactly what this system does, and I did it for 6 months. After 6 months, that's what I had, and I made the calls, and I sent the emails, and I followed up, and I did the meetings, right? I said, but sir, I said, but really, how did you do it? Like, what is it about you that you were able to do it in such little time? And so finally, about 3 or 4 times, different approaches to ask the same question, he finally said that he was part of this other company years ago, and he had been very successful at that because he had done it for so many years, like 15, 20 years or something, right? Old guy. So, and he said, and when I found this, all I had to do, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically all I had to do is connect with all of those people because they know that I was successful then. I'll take them and help them be successful now. I said, there you go. So in reality, it didn't really take you to be rich in 6 months. It took you 20 years plus 6 months to be where you're at. In reality, so I told him, I said, I wasn't that mean, but just to give you an idea, my wife started getting embarrassed because my wife was next to me. But I had to be. When I'm listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for anyone, but I'm respectful at the same time. So I said something, and he said, yeah, he basically started agreeing. I'm like, okay, all right, well, thank you so much. So then I went to the second one, and I did the same exact thing, same concept. I mean, same answers, right? They answered the same thing. Oh, just do this, the same answers. And then finally, after 3, 4, or 5 times that I asked the same question a different way, because he had his story was that he was broke. He lost his house. He lost his car. He lost. He was whatever. I can't remember what it was, but he lost money. And then after just a few months or less than a year, he got everything plus more, everything back plus more. I said, okay, but what happened? And so basically, he said the same thing. He's like, oh yeah, I was part of that guy's team. And who was that guy? The same old person, the older guy that I was talking to. He pointed, oh yeah, he's the one who invited me, and we used to work together in another company. I'm thinking, of course, right? And I said, so in reality, I said, you already had a following. People already trusted you, liked you, and they followed you. And so you just happened to find this opportunity in your challenging times, right? He had the money, he had all that stuff because of that other company for the many years that he was doing it. But he lost it all because of, I think it was in 2008 or something like that, right? Where all that stuff happened. He lost it all, and then all of a sudden he gained it back because he had a bunch of people following and he was doing the same thing as the other guy. Boy, that made more sense to me. That just basically opened up more about what I'm teaching you guys. The whole thing is you need to have followers. And how do you have followers? Well, first of all, you need to be a leader. And how do you become a leader? You need to do what you want to teach for yourself. You need to go through the stuff, lose the money, lose the time, be frustrated, spend late nights, get in trouble with my wife. I'm talking about me, of course. Get in trouble with my wife because I'm wasting time, I'm wasting money, I'm not spending time with them. I went through all that stuff and then lost ebooks, lost money, lost everything, went bankrupt too, by the way. I mean, all of this stuff, I had to go through that, and I'm still here. Why? Because I'm passionate about what I do. It's just that I was listening to the wrong crowd. Even though they looked amazing at what they did, it was still the wrong crowd for me. I'm not saying just for you because everybody's different. And so let me get to this next part of this whole point, which I'm getting into now. But the whole point of this is that what about you? You think about it. You are unique. You experience life a different way than I have. We may have gone through the same things, but you experienced it differently. So your views of the world are different. Your family, your environment when you grew up was different, right? You learned something different. We may be talking about marketing, but it's a different way that you do it. Your message is different. Think about that. You're very unique. So obviously, if you're encouraged and motivated to do something entrepreneur-like, if you have the entrepreneur spirit, then obviously you're meant for one thing: to help, to help, to help. Right? You're meant to help your community, your marketplace. You're meant to help. So I'm going to ask you a question because I used to hear this question all the time before, and honestly, I would think, oh yeah, I'll do it. Let me ask you this. Would you help? And I'm talking about help, like literally giving of your time, your effort, even your money. Would you help your marketplace if you never got paid? Zero pay. Would you do it? And would you do it with passion, with love, with attention for a very long time? I'm talking years. Would you do it for the next 5 years? No pay. Zero pay. See? I mean, obviously, I can't hear you. So if you're answering the question, good for you. No one's watching you. Not even me. You're watching me. So, but listen, be honest with yourself. Because what happens is that the answer that I usually get is, what? No, Eddie, I got to pay my bills. Well, then maybe you need to go and do something else while you're giving away of your time, money and effort and everything on this side, right? Find a way to make some money, but do what you're passionate about. And would you do it for the rest of your life if you never gain, you know? So, right? I do that every day. Oh, good. Oh, Bridget, you're so awesome. See, Bridget knows what I'm talking about. But so would you do it, right? So now get to the point of when you do that, the reason why, see, there's a purpose for all this, all my talk here, which I gotta end in a moment. The purpose for me to tell you this story is that because when I told you 3 months ago, I said go live and take people on a journey or expertise and give, I'm telling you, I told you, go there by giving, right? Give. I've had people asking me, when are you going to like pitch your whatever? I'm not. I'm doing this to help, right? So again, would you do that? And so that's the whole purpose of going live, because you have the opportunity to give, and make sure that you listen, and you give back again, and you just be there for people in whatever area you're going to be, and you do it with passion, with excitement, with enthusiasm, and you just show up, step up and show up. So leadership, there you go, and show up and help and help and help. Make sense? So that was the one thing that brought me back from right giving you this yesterday, the magnetic marketing. It brought me back to that time in my life, man. That's it's crazy, but like they did over there, people, they have a lot of people following them, and a lot of people following them meant more people, more money. They had the experience, those leaders had the experience, they got on stage already. So that's why within 6 months to a year, they were able to become millionaires or whatever in their industry. That if they would go up there without the hype and told me exactly that, the process, the struggles, in how many years, right? For that dude, it was about 20 years plus that it took for him to become from where he was, 9 to 5, to where he is, millionaire. I believe that more, and it's more clear, because let me tell you, I've been doing this, me personally, since 1999. I decided to leave Jersey, move here to Florida. I actually wasn't even planning to move to Florida, but it just happened. And from 2000, at that time, I was already in network marketing, and I was so blessed, really grateful to God that there was a leader who took me by his wing and trained me so much into becoming who I am. It really helped me for my life. But can I tell you, since 2000, man, struggle after struggle, money loss, everything. It's just basically the hardest thing that you can possibly do, to the point where my mom, this was maybe 2014 or something like that. It was that time where she's basically saying, all your friends have careers and they're successful. How come you're still not? Oh, right? Like, oh, seriously? But now she's just nice and happy. She doesn't bring that anymore, bring that up anymore. So point is that 2000, now it's 2020. That's 20 years. I don't know. Is there a coincidence? I don't know. I'm not saying, because I know some people they done it in less than this. I'm just hard headed. I'm stubborn. Okay, so it seems to me that I learned the hard way, which is cool because you guys get to learn from my experience, like Steve said. Um, oh, look at that! Awesome, awesome. Praise God. So anyway, the point is, man, and woman, gal, whoever is watching, and if you're watching the recording, the point is this: that it was so cool that I showed you those two things, because it's going to help you avoid some of the mistakes I made. But most importantly, I really appreciated me doing that for you guys, because it brought me back to remembering all that stuff. And that even though I have a home office, it's like all these gadgets, right? And I got another computer here. I got all this cool stuff. My family, my wife, homeschools our girls. As a matter of fact, they're just they think that their parents, me, my wife, this is like what everybody does. Like they don't understand that we had it different. Our parents used to work and we used to go to school. So it's really cool to live something like this. But man, it was hard. So to tell you all that is that this past week right here, I've been focused, laser focused, and making sure that I was thinking, how can I get to help you guys, everybody who's watching this video, how can I help you guys get to where I am, but more importantly, where Steve is, and Martha, and Doc, and Norma, and all these people that have been just taking snippets of what I've been teaching. How can I condense it and show people in a way that they can get it done quicker? I just did that. So you guys remember I did a blueprint before, and it was supposed to be, if you go there, you download the blueprint and all that stuff. And that was cool. That was just my attempt for me to just put something out there so I can move on with everything that I have to show you guys and share in these live videos, right? But then I figure, people are people. I'm the same way. It's like I'll get a piece of paper or something, and I'm like, okay, yeah, and, I'd rather I'd rather watch something and kind of follow through and go back and do that. So I created a program for you guys. It's about an hour long. However, I cut it into pieces. That's what I've been working, because I did recently I did a training workshop, and so I thought, man, let me just take some of that information. And so anyway, I've been working on that stuff, making sure that it's all properly placed, and uploading it to my server and all that good stuff. So that's coming very soon. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This program will basically help you expand your business online using social media advertising with the approach of an influencer. Okay, got it? Influencer, just like magnetic marketing. The approach of an influencer, giving you the insights of the softwares, the tools, the approach, the understanding of behind the scenes kind of thing, like what do you do when you go live, or what do you do, where do you go live, and what software do you use, and how to set things up. Okay, I mean, everything is there. So it was pretty cool. I think it took me a while to cut these things and make it look all nice, but it's uploading now, so that's going to be ready next week. So you guys will have access to that, so that anytime you need to either see yourself deviating from the path of taking advantage of this opportunity that we're all going through right now, you can go back and watch those videos and say, hey, okay, shoot, did I do this, did I do that, and so on. All right, so I'm really excited about that. It's going to be available next week. I don't know if I'm trying to push it for Monday or Tuesday. You'll have access to it. There'll be a website, and you can basically free access. Just click a button and enter your information, and because I need to know who's watching, right? And in a way, you're actually going to help me, guys. You all guys, all you guys and gals are going to help me at the same time, because I want to see, they're going to have the ability to leave some comments and tell me, hey, this is, do I need this, do I need that, give me questions, answers, suggestions, comments, all that good stuff. Okay, so it is going to be very fun, and that way, that will be there. I don't have to worry about keep coming back to the same topics anymore, because I can now move on. Until further notice, by the way. Until further notice. Look at me. It's like 40 minutes already. Oh my goodness. I love talking. This is, can you tell I'm passionate about this stuff? Seriously, it's so cool. And I appreciate all of you guys listening and watching this video. I really, really, really appreciate it. Awesome. Times to watch. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, it's so cool. So, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you that you're watching this recording, you're here live. I really appreciate. I want to say thank you, because a lot of you, I know that you guys may not know this, but many people are watching, and I don't know that you guys are watching until I get a message through Messenger. Sometimes I don't even know there's a message until I go dig deep into my Facebook thing, And I really appreciate that. It makes me feel good to keep coming back and giving you guys more. Just take advantage as much as possible. Really take advantage of what I'm giving you, because eventually, I can tell you, eventually, the way things are heading, I may just not be doing lives every single day forever and ever. It's just not going to be possible. But technology is really good, actually. So there are other things that I'm testing, and again, once I test it, I'll give you guys the insider scoop. Oh, well, oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate you guys. So, thank you for my rambly ram today. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you next week. Cool? All right, stay cool, stay calm, keep a sound